Welcome to Small Biz Flash, the briefing for owners and managers on small business news, trends, and insights to make better decisions and increase their business's value. I'm your host, Adam Hewitt. Thanks for joining me. This week, I'll explain why your small business should advertise on YouTube and then walk you through a short primer of how ads on the platform work. That's coming up right after the news roundup. All right, let's dive in. Inflation is still a monster to be slayed, in spite of some promising signs of moderation over the past few months. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, the Federal Reserve's benchmark measure of inflation, was up in January to 5.4% from a year earlier, after a reading of 5.3% in December. Additionally, the economy is not exhibiting the recessionary signals experts expected, at least not yet. Recent figures show that worker claims for unemployment benefits dipped last week, there was an increase in January retail sales, and fourth quarter GDP rose by 2.7%. Stubborn inflation and a seemingly stable economy leaves observers expectant that the Fed will continue its rate hiking quest, though probably on a less aggressive pace than last year. As I've reported previously, both inflation and the higher cost of borrowing are top concerns for small business owners, and it appears those stress points are sticking around for the foreseeable future. Republicans in the U.S. House are launching an oversight effort of numerous federal agencies in an attempt to determine how their regulation making is impacting small businesses, according to a report from Politico. GOP members of the House Committee on Small Business sent letters to 25 agencies last week, including the EPA, the IRS, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, citing instances they claim show the given agency has failed to adequately factor in the regulatory burden to small businesses. Representative Roger Williams, chair of the committee, said in a statement that the letters are, quote, simply the starting point as the committee works to ensure that the safeguards in place to protect small businesses are working as intended and not improperly harming our nation's entrepreneurs, end quote. Entrepreneurship is, as many of you listening know, not for the faint of heart. It can be very rewarding, but the business can also go bust. Skynova surveyed founders and analyzed data from CB Insights to determine the most common reasons startups failed in 2022. The top reason cited, at 47%, was a lack of financing or investors. Running a close second, 44%, said running out of cash caused them to close their doors. The third highest cause for shuttered startups, according to the study, was the COVID pandemic. However, 44% fewer startups failed in 2022 due to COVID than in 2021. Amazon is expanding its educational offerings to small businesses through Amazon's Small Business Academy. The Academy features 3 self-service educational tracks, Start, Build, and Launch, for a customizable experience. In addition to webinars and on-demand learning, experts will be available to small business owners in live weekly office hour events. You can find more information on this and other stories in the news roundup by going to the links in the show notes. Small business owners, your finances are the cornerstone of your business. You need the bookkeeping pros at SBS Accounting and Advisors to keep your AP, AR, and financial statements on track. For 16 years, the good folks at SBS have been helping owners like you make better decisions and grow their profits. So go to sbsaccountants.com today to set up a free 30-minute consultation. Use the promo code FLASH to get 20% off your setup fee. Again, that's sbsaccountants.com. I've talked in the past couple of episodes about how YouTube is the second most visited site in the world and how there are definite advantages to having a presence there. Videos are much more engaging than text, too, and a great way to connect with current customers as well as prospects. Plus, today's technology makes video production relatively easy and low cost. For most businesses, it just makes sense to have some kind of presence on YouTube. But I also discussed that it takes time to build up an audience. YouTube ads can accelerate that process and give your brand more exposure. Additionally, you can promote specific products, services, or even limited time offers through YouTube ads, which can be more closely tied to specific revenue goals. One of the great things about YouTube advertising is that you can target viewers based on the keywords they are searching for on YouTube, but also on Google, which owns YouTube. This is really powerful because it allows you to get very specific about the kind of audience you want to reach. You can also further refine your targeting to include only specific geographies, like one zip code, for example, or by household income, or by specific interests, such as people interested in travel. There are numerous other ways to refine your target audience, but the point here is that you can get really specific, and because of the huge numbers of people on Google and YouTube, you're likely to have more people in your final potential group than on other sites. Okay, what about the actual ad? There are several kinds to choose from. Most are videos, since YouTube is a video platform, but in-video overlay ads, as they are called, are easier to produce non-video ads that sit over a video. These are cheaper to promote than most other types of YouTube ads. Among the video ads, there are three main types. First, skippable in-stream ads are those that you can pass over after you've watched them for 5 seconds. If you make one of these, the goal would be to keep your viewer's attention, of course, for more than 5 seconds. But if a viewer hits the skip button before the first 30 seconds elapses, then you don't pay for the ad. Non-skippable in-stream ads are shorter, but as the name says, you can't skip them. Their maximum length is 15 seconds, and these ads will cost you no matter what every time they play, but you're guaranteed more viewer time with your ad. Bumper ads are like non-skippable in-stream ads, but only last 6 seconds. If you choose this option, you better have a great video that captures your viewers' interest quickly. You may be wondering by now, how much does it cost? According to Influencer Marketing Hub, YouTube ads have an average cost per view of between 1 cent and 3 cents, and the average cost of reaching 100,000 viewers is around $2,000. The best approach is to start small. Make one promotional video for a single kind of YouTube ad, and then create a modest daily budget for the ad. It could be something like $10 per day. Within a week or two, you'll have enough data to stay the course or begin making tweaks. Just remember, the video ad itself needs to immediately hook your audience with something very compelling, perhaps a pain point they have you can solve, or an offer that's too good to pass up. You'll only have their attention for a very short time, so make the most of it before they're off to other videos. Thanks for listening to Small Biz Flash. I'm your host, Adam Hewitt. If you enjoy the show, please help me to expand its reach by telling one other person about the podcast. I sure do appreciate it, and I'll see you next week.